The other build definitely faster. No, yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know if it counts. Yeah, yes. The upside of Tarfire is you can tutor for it with Matron, and you can cast it off the top of your library with Goblins you control refers to permanents on the battlefield unless I'm greatly mistaken. Yeah, I have no idea. Like, if you know, one way or the other. Just wondering. Junsaga, no Gigantha? Something else, maybe? So Spin Profane too. Oh, it's Goryo's. We probably have like a terrible time against Goryo's, right? Our Blood Moons are probably pretty good. Our Maguses are pretty good. Chalice is like... Chalice helps Asmo and Profane Tutor, so we're bringing those also. Oh, wait, our Stingscourger. Stingscourger bounces. Okay, so that's our plan against Emrakul. Although, of course, we're getting pretty flooded this game. Okay, let's go Snoop. Great top deck, of course. The problem is, of course, that I'm going to put my 6 permanents into play if my opponent's about to resolve Profane Tutor. So if they already have Goryo's or... if they already have Goryo's or Emrakul in their hand, we get Emrakul here. Is the 5-color Fildar Alara off the table for PT? I don't know. It'd be so hard for me to register that deck at the PT. The curve is just so high, and it's like so soft to Blood Moon, but the deck, we did an okay record with it. It was very sweet. Discards Yargle? Discards Yargle? Let's go. Discards Cookbook. Cast Asmo. I kind of hate the Yargles in this deck, honestly. Although I do think the Goryo's deck is really good. So like we were playing the deck with Rona. I was thinking that it may be better to be like we were blue-black with Rona. I think it may be better to be oh, interesting. I think it may be better to be red-black with Fable over Rona. I think Nassif was doing something similar to that recently on stream. The dude on Timeless Lotus. Yeah, I mean, I think the deck is good. I mean, it's tough. Hopefully my team can help me test it some. I've started to work on like a write-up for it for the team, and it's like there's so much to talk about. Oh, they have Yargle in their profile pic. That's funny. So I definitely need to leave a blocker back for Yargle. Yargle's biggest weakness, a 1/1 Goblin blocker. Okay, they discard a food and they sack their food for 3 life. Main phase. We draw a Goblin. And we don't win the game with this, right? We can make infinite tap Snoops on their instep. I don't want to make a copy of anything now. Yeah, so we'll just go. Yeah, I know they're trying to cremate me, but I can also just stay at 20. I think we'll just go for. You get to draw your entire deck. Oh right, this is a win, isn't it? Yeah, no, this is a win. Cause I make yeah. So you're right, chat. So we make all the goblins, and then eventually we'll have a Sling-Gang on top of our library as we trigger the Hordemaster. Cool. Okay, so let's bring in the Vandal, Maguses, like 3 Chalices. I'm gonna cut the Fanatics, the Battle Cry Goblin, the Mons, like 2 War Marshals. Could be like up to 64. I don't know, getting a little weird with it. Yeah, that's definitely a good line to remember. We done that like the last time we played this build. It's been a long time. Be right back. Okay. We got an Aether Vial, so I think we gotta keep. Not good until you play against Fury or Murktide. Goblins is, if you're talking about Goblins is like, of all the tribal decks, the most resilient to like Fury by a lot. I even think this game is a good matchup for Goblins. Just like all your Goblins are very resilient and they replace themselves. You have a lot of card advantage. You have yeah, I don't mind this game matchup as Goblins. Kind of the same thing for Murktide. Like, the Murktide matchup I think is good, except for the card Murktide itself is kind of tough to answer. But that is, I guess, in theory, what the Stingscourger is for, huh? Goblins is fine against Fury because of the ATP or Die Trigger. Yeah. Any use for the new Northern Goblin? Yeah, I think so. I think there's a good chance. We're definitely gonna test it. I don't think it looks amazing, the double strike one, but I think it looks okay. I also think that in development that card used to be an orc. I need to go back and look at my notes. Okay, so we'll stack the triggers like this. So Violin the Hordemaster. Then we might as well sack here, but it's not like we can use the mana on Expert, I guess. It's not that we're actually likely to do that. Okay, perfect. Wow, what an amazing hit. Kind of an unreal draw. Yeah, let's just cast the Masked Vandal. I almost feel like I would rather get rid of this cookbook, so I'm not getting... Yeah, the Profane Tutor's coming down, so I think I should get rid of their discard outlet over the Saga. And they discard Agorio's Vengeance in response, which is weird. How do you play around Fury with Goblins? All of your Goblins have like ETB triggers or die triggers with very few exceptions. Or like you know, you can sack them in for value. So you can just outdraw. You can overpower them. Like unlike humans and merfolk that just die, goblins all like have ETB or die triggers. Can't believe we had 63 cards, by the way. Yeah, so let's just keep this on 2. We'll probably be sacking some goblins. Oh boy. I mean, this is just lethal, right? How much does Lord of the Rings said help out Modern? There's a good amount of playable cards. I've done the PowerPoint. I did the PowerPoint. I haven't recorded with the PowerPoint. I'm going to be doing that this afternoon. Hopefully getting the video up today. Not 100% to get the video up today. But I really want to get it up today because pre-release is like Friday, you know. So yesterday was Magic on the maintenance, so I slept in. I got Esther some Starbucks. I sat down on my computer, and I'm like, okay, I could do some write-ups for the team. And I'm like, oh fuck. Oh, we have Stingscourger, so we're keeping. I would love to Stingscourger Agorios. Oh wait, we won that match. Damn. Sorry, I thought this was still the. I mean, I'm definitely keeping this in the blind. I thought that was still the Gorios match. Oops. We did beat our Eldrazi-tron opponent earlier. Definitely not a good matchup, though. Losing the die roll to Tron, extra tough. Them having no turn 3 play is pretty nice. Well, wish I could cast this. I'm a bit worried about this getting Warping Wailed, but it's, you know, not that big a deal if it does, I guess. Gonna get Ugin, maybe? Leveled, perhaps? They reveal Wormcoil Engine. It's obviously kind of juicy to Stingscourger this right now, but the problem is if I Stingscourger it, the Hordemaster exiles this, and I want to be able to Vial this in. So I think I just have to Vial in... Oh, the same thing happens with the Mogg War Marshal, though. Damn. It's kind of bad. I guess I don't Vial anything in. Weird. You could hit a land if you exile. If I hit a land after I exile it, I win anyways, right? Or is I... Yeah, you're right, I do win, but I don't know, like, how we're supposed to play to that, I guess. Like, here, I feel like I can get a, Prospector. And do a little bit of digging. Especially double War Marshal in my hand. Although... Let's see. If I want to... I guess I have to... If I want to try to win this turn, I have to sack my Hordemaster right now. And then can I go War Marshal, try to find a Harbinger off of Ringleader? That might work. Because that would be 2, 3, 4 Ringleader, and then sack Prospector Ringleader. It would work, yeah. But I think, I don't know, it's just so likely they like Ulamog me next turn that I'm gonna go for it. Oh, alright, nice. So I forgot I just had the Snoop. Never mind, this was dumb. Obviously I just have the Snoop to cast the top card. I don't know why I thought losing Hordemaster was even a problem. So I have to cast this other Marshal first, though. Basically a Pyretic Ritual. Love Goblins. Have you seen the list that play Goblin? Yeah, Banneret, you can't say and kind of storm off. What is Goblin Banneret? I know he can't exclamation point card, so I guess I'll type it here. Maybe we can remove the embargo on the ban word, huh? Only if the mods want to. Wait, this is the card they're storming off with? You mean Frog Toss? You mean this one, right? This one, right? I haven't seen those. I don't know. To me, I feel like the advantage of playing Goblins in the first place is that your deck gets to be like really resilient, and that card doesn't seem particularly resilient to me. You know what I mean? Smart, 21 months, thank you. Please no. Yeah, maybe not. Turn 3, kill. It's mulligan. We need a Prospector, huh? Y63. So we had a few tutor targets that we're interested in playing, specifically main deck Stingscourger, main deck Battle Cry Goblin, and like I wanted to test them out. And this is a deck with a lot of tutors with 4 Matron, 3 Harbinger. And it to me it felt like it was better to go up on cards than like trimming your War Marshals or trimming your Mogg Fanatics. And like your mana curve could like the difference between like 60 and 63 is very small. Like and like on like your draws are like less than 1% different or something like that. There's one card in Modern you would get rid of. What would it be? Your favorite card? I would just ban Snapcaster so people would stop playing it. Just ban Snapcaster. Good Blood Moon here. I'm gonna Snoop. Okay. Interesting. So now we just go for infinite on their instep. Yeah, they were supposed to do this in response to me targeting it. Although I was gonna go for it on their upkeep probably. Because they had this open mana that they wanted to use on the map too. What can they even have? Why doesn't Goblins play Bushwhacker? Bushwhacker's not very good in this kind of build. It could be better than I think, but I also like Battle Cry Goblin's probably better for this kind of build. It's just a bit slower, more resilient, and then has this infinite combo. Dude, we 2-0 Tron, sick. Obviously, like, this was so nice about Goblins, you just have this powerful combo. Like, Goblins is kind of a crazy deck. You have this, like... For a deck that has so much card advantage, so much interaction, so much resilience to counter spells with Cavern of Souls Chalice, has a 5 mana 2 card infinite combo that wins on turn 3, has access to a really good sideboard. The deck sees almost no play. It's kind of ridiculous, to be honest. Kind of. Now, that being said, we are 5-1 on the day with it too. So, you know, I feel like we do well with it every single time, basically. Put back second Hordemaster, maybe? Could maybe put back the Matron. Let's put back the Matron. Yeah, I am definitely passionate about Goblins as a toolbox aspect. Yeah, I know. 6-1? No, oh yeah, we are 6-1, right? 6-1. We 4-1 the first league. And our only loss today... Okay, we did get very lucky against Rhinos. We got very lucky against Creativity. But our Our only loss was to Enchantress, which, like, does that even count? Does that even count? Our Sting Battle Cry Kiki number 2. No, you always play Kiki number 2. It's Sting Battle Cry into the 24th land, which is the second din of the Bugbear. Which is the hardest matchup for Goblins. I know we just, you know, I think it's probably it's got to be Enchantress. Like is there, what deck is better against Goblins than Enchantress? Or Pashalik? Yeah. I mean, I think for me, Pashalik was the 60th card in the other build. I don't know. Man, testing is so tough because it's like there were a couple players like Pashalik looked so bad that league, but after I played that league, I was like, wow, Pashalik literally won us 2 games. You know, like there are 2 games I would have lost without it. So it's just testing is so weird sometimes. Yogg is the hardest, really? I feel like with the like munitions experts and like your combo, it's not that bad. You also have Fury in the sideboard. It's not as bad as the Enchantress matchup, at least. So is this Fair Breach with this Glacial Fortress, actual factual Glacial Fortress? Are not Fury decks pretty good as Goblins? I don't think so. Like they're not bad. It's not like Enchantress is like comically bad matchup. Am I gonna go for Ringleader here? Rhinos is probably the worst. I mean, I think it's Enchantress is like not a real deck, or like it's not a common deck. I would much rather play against Scam or Rhinos or Yawgmoth than Enchantress. But actually, I'm not really scared of the Fury matchups as Goblins. You just have so much card advantage and so much like death triggers, ETB triggers. It's not that bad. Yeah, obviously you can lose to the card. Okay, where's my Ringleader? There it is. I consider Rhinos almost unbeatable with Goblins. Well, we're 1-0 against it today, but we did get pretty lucky. I was thinking maybe you could play Ratchet Bomb over the Chalices, and then that would be good against, like... So you'd be, like, worse against Living In specifically, okay? Worse against Living In specifically, but you're better against Rhinos and Creativity. You can also do, like, a little bit of a split. Also better against Hammer, too. How they get treasure? They dash to Ragavan. I guess we leave... Oh, I have to take the Kikis? Huh. Okay, no combo this game. Which is okay, I guess. Yeah, Ratchet Bomb also good at the Enchantress matchup. I'm gonna attack. I think it's like too likely they have a removal spell here. A split of E and Chalice? Yeah. I think that Ratchet Bomb is way better than Explosives. And I don't know. Maybe for like the expected metagame at least. I could be a little off, of course, but it's like Ratchet Bomb is like good against Creativity. Explosives isn't. Explosives is better against Rhinos, but it's very marginal that it's better against Rhinos. But it is better, and it's Explosives is also like I think significantly better against Hammer, but they're both good in the matchup. Yeah, it's like very marginally better against Rhinos, much better against Creativity, and like significantly or like worse against Hammer for sure. But also like another thing about like I do not expect personally Hammer to be a very popular deck like the PT. I think it's going to be like not a very good choice. Magus Blood. I mean, you're an Aether Vial deck is really all it is for me. Why is Ratchet Bomb better against Creativity? It's just so hard to hold up 2 mana the whole game against Creativity, but Ratchet Bomb you have to hold up 0. Why is Explosives better against Rhinos? Okay, so against Rhinos, Explosives is better because if they have Force of Negation, it's better for them to force your 0-drop than your 2-drop. If that makes sense. They bounce my Ringleader? You're out of your mind, bouncing my Ringleader. So I'm going to go Hordemaster Harbinger to use my mana correctly well this turn. Could also just like slam a Sling-Gang. Yeah, I think that they'd probably have counter magic. I mean, I've got the Cavern though. E is better for trying to force it through a Spell Pierce. I mean, that's true, sure. I don't know. I like have like never liked boarding in Chalice Explosives against Creativity. I do like boarding in against. I do like boarding a bomb against Creativity. Hordemaster Harb gets Skirk. I mean, without a I think without Skirk, or so without Mogg War Marshal, I don't feel like the Skirk is great here. It's also like a more card advantage play with the Hordemaster. Like, kind of just want to like get the Sling-Gang and play this turn. Also, I don't want to play into a counterspell. I think just playing Sling-Gang plays the best around like them having counter magic, right? Your teammate Gab was shitting on Goblins while losing to it. Yeah, I think Goblins is a really underrated deck. I don't know. I like basically always have a very good record when I play it, and I don't know, we're 6-1 in the day. We did get very like our Enchantress Rhinos matchups went like so like crazy well though, like better than they should usually, or better than they usually do. Is maybe a better way to phrase that. Jeskai Stone Blade, baby. There's stone in the blades. Reveal Batter Skull. Dude, a second Cavern is an insane draw here. Let's lead on a Ringleader. What is your first Sam food list you're gonna be? You're gonna have to tune in. You're gonna have to tune in post Lord of the Rings and find out. Wow, literal draw 4. I think I'm just sending the Ringleader here. Oh, well, they're making things easy for me. Archmage's Charm! Man, now I know what. Oh, okay, now we get to playtest the Battle Cry Goblin also. It's exciting. What are we discarding? Probably second Kiki. Or maybe the Harbinger. Yeah, let's discard the Harbinger because we can't Snoop combo this game. Can we beat a Batter Skull, guys? I tune in and find out. Expressive Iteration concede. Expressive Iteration, I'm out of here. Do I want Masked Vandal for Cauldra? I guess. We also have Stingscourger, though. Maybe playing Murktide. Let's keep the Stingscourger in. Although I could get the Battle Cry Goblin for Vandal. But I want to playtest the Battle Cry Goblin. Yeah, Goblins has a bad matchup against creativity. I mean, the Orvars help. It's nice that you can tutor Orvar, but... Hey, I do think it's tough. Oh, good draw. In PT, do pros generally play better than Moto because they're more focused or worse because of nerves? Definitely way better than Moto leagues. On average. Masked Vandal for Sophie? Maybe. I think we should Mogg War Marshal over Munitions Expert here, since they can kill the Expert in response to the trigger. The Ragavan won't die. This is obviously worse into a counterspell, but there's a good chance that they like cut a lot of their counterspells post-board, because obviously. What's my opinion on increasing trend of 61 cards in lists? Would I consider... What would you need to consider being over 60? So, like this is actually, you know, a 63 card deck, right? It's very rare for me to play more than 60. I very, very, very rarely done it on stream. Why I'm interested in doing it here is that we have access to a lot of tutors, which gives us like consistency, and then there's a few goblins I want to add without cutting any of the other goblins from the deck. You know what I mean? Like I wanted to try Stingscourger, I wanted to try Battle Cry Goblin, and there's a good chance we end up settling on like 61, 62 instead of 63. But like you can usually afford to do it in decks like this that just have lots of tutors. And it is kind of like experimental for me to some extent. It's not something that I would usually recommend doing, but it's something that I think is fun to try. Pashalik, I feel like, is the weakest flexible goblin without the playset of Skirk. To me, I think I agree that Pashalik is kind of on the fringe, but I also think the first copy is still good to play. I don't think it's mandatory, but it's also like very, very good with Sling-Gang. Like a lot of times, I think you end up in a spot where you have like Sling-Gang in your hand and you have Matron, and you end up just going Matron for Pashalik Mons, and you go Sling-Gang Mons kill you. This is like a really, really common line that I want access to. Am I coming to the Canadian RC this weekend? I'm busy. I don't know. I have had my fill of Pioneer for the foreseeable future. Wouldn't you always board out counterspells against a Cavern deck? Well, the thing is, it's like like you do if you have like a ton of cards to bring in, but my opponent's playing a lot of counter spells in their main deck probably, and they probably don't have like 6 sideboard cards for goblins, so you have to leave some in. Yeah, until Atlanta. I also don't have my passport yet. I'm hoping it comes soon. Me and Esther got it like a little over 5 weeks ago, and we paid for the expedited shipping for 6 to 8 weeks, so it should pretty safely come before I leave for Spain, but you know, it's not like you can count on bureaucracy very often. Yeah, but yeah, I also like, yeah, I can't go. I don't have my passport. I can't go. Ugh, feels bad to beat this deck. Okay, you can't Stingscourger your own goblin, so if you could, I would maybe go Munitions Expert kill into Stingscourger my own thing, although they just bolt in response, I guess. Ginger is going to LCQ on Friday for the RC on Saturday. Wait, how does that work? Okay, deck tech for Claw, plus second chat, please. How does that work? Because Ginger, like, top 4'd the other Canadian RC. How do the qualifiers in Canada work? Like, do you have to play a qualifier for either? I guess so, right? Yeah, we'll try to figure it out, Tuffy. I'll do everything I can. Just like losing to off-mana decks doesn't count, beating also doesn't count. Yeah. No, Snapcaster Mage. You need an RCQ invite per RC. Okay, interesting. You would think that, you know, they just didn't cast the counterspell. They just didn't cast the counterspell. Are both deck lists today going on YouTube? They should, yeah. I would be surprised if they didn't. I have a editor that handles it though, so it's not like I don't know when, I don't know how, but damn it, Gloom's gonna get it done. Yeah, Esther's been playing Tears of the Kingdom, and every time they talk about Gloom on Tears of the Kingdom, I think of my editor. Deck tech for Claw. Ooh, 1 Glorist, 1 Golem. Oh, so this is okay. This is a deck someone referenced earlier today. Golem, Patient Plotter, and Spiegel Helpful Guide, plus the crabs. I gotta take some time to digest. Okay, so if I'm understanding 3060, although evolution target, I would definitely not play 2. I would probably not play 1. I don't know what's better, I guess. I also, okay, the Deadly Disputes are cool. I hate these counterspells. I hate the counterspells here. I'm not saying this is exactly what's happening right now, but this is something I used to do, and this is a trend I've seen in some like deck builders who submit deck techs, is they just like don't know how to build a deck without 4 counterspell in the deck. Don't know how to build a deck without 4 mana leak. They just like, they're just a blue player, they're a blue brewer, and they can't get away from the counterspells. I also think this card, Golem, Patient Plotter, is really, really bad, or like, just like, I don't know, is not very exciting to me at the very least. I understand it enables your Schmeagle, which I guess you have to do. I would be, I guess, interested if I was going to build this deck in trying to somehow be more in on Altar of Dementia, like maybe Altar of Dementia plus Vengevine. That sounds kind of dope. I'll walk into a Spell Pierce maybe. Nope, that's nice. Yeah, Altar of Dementia plus Vengevine could be dope. Just like, I would get all the counterspells out of here. Okay, so we're up against Living Ends, which is interesting. And scary, I guess. Without a sack outlet yet. So I don't know, maybe just like a lot of loose thoughts, but I want to play 4 Altar. I think you probably want to play, even play like Prized Amalgam too, and just like keep sacking them over and over again to mill your opponent. That could be kind of fun. Maybe it's not good. But maybe you're not necessarily playing this deck with the idea that it's good. Yeah, Bloodgust too, yeah. Bloodgust would also help you at Eldritch Evolutions. Yeah, if your Golem returned to play, I'd be like way more into it. It's just so mana intensive. Previous comment, something like that though with sack triggers for Smeagol, not my list would show you. I don't think I saw your previous comment. Hold on. I think it's trying to trigger the Ring Timshu with sack triggers to mill more and fetch as cards are repealed. Well, you only get to trigger the Ring Timshu like once on the end step though, so you can't like do it over and over. I mean, you can do it every turn, but like doing it every turn is kind of a pipe dream in Modern with like creature removal being as efficient as it is, you know what I mean? By confirming you will test Snap Flame of Anor? Of course, yeah. In my PowerPoint, which I'm going to be recording the video tonight, I have Snapcaster's Last Chance as the Flame of Anor slide, and I think this is... Snapcaster's on thin ice. It's its last chance to prove it's got what it takes. Okay, so we'll activate here. Maybe my opponent has Violent Outburst, obviously. If they do, I think the plan is to Expert kill both of these. And then probably lose anyways. Vanor is way overhyped. It's worse Archmage's Charm. Yeah, I don't know. It's exciting at least. I agree that it's not, you know, likely to make our dreams come true. Okay, so I could activate, now I could activate Battle Cry Goblin again. Right now I have 6, 8. So this would put my opponent to 1, which means that like Mogg Fanatic is lethal. She's like, I think is exciting. Also stops them from street wraithing and cracking a fetch land. Of a turtle. Petty theft, sure. Is the deck wrong? Maybe. I thought I updated it. Yeah, it's wrong. Fisher with the 15 months, thank you. Oh, they do have another Street Wraith. Down to 4. So I could go... I think I'm just digging for like a Sling-Gang at this point. They can outburst. I mean, I can't beat an outburst is a thing. So let's go Expert, kill my own Expert. There's a Matron, which is kind of interesting. It's like, I can't Violet it in is of course the problem. But I get 2 more triggers. Bloodstained Mire and a Harbinger. So I'm likely leaving one of these on 2, although I could go Matron for Mons, Violin Mons, and if I draw a land I could cast a 2-drop. Yeah, this could still be lethal somehow. I don't really see the line at the moment though. We have a lot of draws that are good. Matron for Mons is like pretty interesting at least. I did draw the land. Leaving 1/2 means Snoop. Matron is an option. Matron for Sling-Gang. I can't Violin this Matron. I can only cast it. That's the obvious line that like doesn't get the job here. Violin, but you can't Violin the 3 drops from him. It's very easy if you could just Violin these 3 drops. So you cannot Violin these 3 drops. I don't really know how they win if I just get Mons though. I guess I shouldn't be violating it now. Not that it matters a lot. I like doing this so that I can kill something. Kill one of the Swamp Walk creatures, I guess. I guess this Curator's better to kill. Matron. Oh, yeah, sorry. I missed the extra Matron, of course. I don't think it ends up being super different, but yeah, it was better. Okay. Sorry, I'll update the Mux field a little bit. How's the Burn matchup? Not good. Burn is a deck. Burn is like underrepresented too. I'll play some Burn tomorrow. That's true. This does let me not F6. So if they like petty theft the Mons, I can put it back in. So this was quietly the better line. Not that it was intentional. It's forced to just bad. I've never seen it be played. I don't. It's okay against like Living End and Rhinos, but it's I think for the most part worse than other options in decks. What do you think of an Unearth Imri into Flames of Ornor type deck? Doesn't seem like with Imri like you really have to play all artifacts. I don't really know how this is fitting in exactly. Do I have a burn list? I grabbed it right around the internet, felt rough. I don't. I'll spend some time messing around with it. Well, I'm just going to try to have him be dead here, I guess. Mons, I feel like, has been really good today. Wait, no? What's up? Oh, right. They can just assign all the damage to one of them. They punted. I forgot. They also punted. 63 cards intentional. They're intentional. It's more about like having a density of like 2 targets. Yeah, I think they just gave up. I guess I want the Stingscourger. Cut the Ringleader. Cut the Battle Cry Goblin. The experts are pretty bad in this matchup too, I guess. Go down to like 2 copies. Trim a Hordemaster. Mons is really good in this matchup. Try this. Ito, 22 months, thank you. And again, Sam, thank you for the gifted sub. Yeah, I totally... That was a pretty bad mistake. So I guess the line was to block with everything besides Mons, and then either Den of the Bugbear or Battle Cry Goblin activate for lethal. Well, I guess just attacking with the Mons is lethal too. Oops, I win by as a 3-card combo. It's just Snoop Harbinger. So you play Snoop, you have to untap a Snoop. Play Harbinger, put Kiki-Jiki on top. This gives you infinite tapped Snoops plus 1 untapped one, the last one. So you have all these tapped Snoops, and your last one taps to copy Harbinger again, and then Harbinger puts Sling-Gang Lieutenant or Mogg Fanatic on top to deal infinite damage. You register more than 15 cards in sideboard? No. There's not like a life hack, the secret hack to register more than 15 sideboard cards. Oh yeah, also just sack monster itself, right? Of course. Was I saying I would only play 1 subject key? I think just, yeah, 1 as a Karn, 2 to target at first. Gonna do some testing, of course. You cannot board... Yeah, you can go down to 60 if your sideboard only has 12 cards. Whether the new Moria Goblin is good enough. The only Goblin that I think... I could be wrong, I could maybe have missed one, right? But Moria Marauder is maybe good enough. Maybe good enough. Yeah, turn 3 combo. Turn 3 combo. I think Goblins is a very good deck. Maybe not like a well-positioned one for the PT, but I do think it's a good deck. I mean... Let's keep. My opponent's on a multi 6. I like that we can Mogg Fanatic kill our own Hordemaster in response to a Living End. Huge flavor fail that Moria is a Goblin and not an Orc. Really? Because, I mean, in the movie at least, when they're in the mines of Moria, it's definitely Goblins going after them, right? I thought you could not play a deck with fewer cards registered in the event if you ever go over 60. I'm like 99% sure that if your sideboard is empty, right? If you just don't have cards in your... If you have like 12 sideboard cards, you can... and you have 63 cards in the main, you can board 3 of them out into your sideboard. You can never go below 60, but you can go below your like starting deck. The only ever time I saw this strategy being used in a real strategic manner was in Standard. They played a mono red deck with 80 cards in the main deck. One of those cards was a copy of Obosh, and then they had Yorion as a companion, and so they would reveal Yorion as the companion. Their opponents would think that they're a slow Yorion deck, when in reality they were a mono red aggro deck, and then they would board out 14 cards, including an Obosh, and they would be a 66 card mono red Obosh deck post board. This was like definitely a way more cute deck building strategy than good, but very, very cool. It's definitely like a deck I've never forgotten. It's just cute enough to work. How did they win the first game? I mean, they played their spells, I guess. The theory is that your opponents are going to keep hands that are good against Yorion, and then like have hands that are not good against Obosh post, or like and then post board you're just a Obosh deck. I don't know what we're harbingering for. Should just be Prospector. Could also be Matron. Yeah, Snoop seems okay. I think I'm gonna do Prospector. Matron makes sense. Yeah, Matron's okay, but I kind of like keeping the Vial on too. Ugh. I think I actually don't put anything in. It doesn't really matter, but like I want to be able to ping at my own creature and get them back through a living end, and not only be able to get the Mogg Fanatic here. Since we're pretty much removable, you can cast off Cavern. Yeah, but it's also tutorable. Castable off Snoop. So let's go to combat first. They'll definitely, if they have Violent Outburst, they'll Violent Outburst in response to the Prospector if I cast it. So I want to have a window where maybe they don't cast it, right? Oh, maybe I should have let the Living End go on the stack first, huh? Have a funny thing. They'll put it on the stack, I think. But I should have, you know, given them not given them the choice to not do it. Okay, so am I going to go Prospector, Fanatic, sack, Stingscourger? I think so, since this is going to give me a couple of Hordemaster triggers. Alternatively, I can like get some blocks on. But I think I'd rather do this. I do think it's somewhat close, though. Last of the Jedi, 2 months, thank you. Den of the Bugbear. That's castable next turn. What is Artificial Evolution? Is that like is that the green black card? You sack a thing, do a thing. Okay, so let's sack the Stingscourger. Hit a Matron. We can't use this mana, unfortunately. Snoop is kind of fun. Tough turn. You just set up for the combo. That kind of feels the safest thing to do. Just go Matron, get Harbinger, cast Snoop. I really don't like that casting Kiki-Jiki, I just lose the subtlety, which kind of feels like a card they could have here. We start double Hordemastering? I don't think yet. Torch Courier? I don't think I've ever seen Torch Courier. We have a Battle Cry Goblin, which is obviously like a lot more tricky. Attacker response to trigger to see if you hit Harbinger or something else. Yeah, I think that's correct. Just 2 non-goblins, though. I think I'm down to, like, scry, or, like, just scry that to the bottom, kind of, is how I'm thinking about this. I played the Solte Shadowless running Invasion of Akora. No, I mean, I don't think those decks are, like, super exciting, to be honest. They're really cool, and they're, like, juicy or whatever, but they're also, I think, worse than Grixis Shadow by, like, a pretty significant amount. I could be wrong. I've seen them in action a bunch, though. Looks very fun. I used to play one War Chief in this deck. I ended up not loving it, but it's obviously not terrible. It's not very well positioned either. But I did used to play it. Has Charbridge ever been used fairly? I've got a story. In the first like regional championship in Atlanta, I wasn't qualified, but I played the sealed event, and I played against an opponent who I was like really ahead on board, and my opponent just goes turn 4 Goblin Charbelcher, and I'm like, okay, attack you. And my opponent's like, with the most confidence I've ever seen a player, activate Charbelcher, target you, 3 damage, and I attack my opponent, activate Charbelcher, target you, like 3 damage, and then I just kill him. just main phase activate, not a single thought in their head, just main phase activate, not even trying to kill my creatures. Target you. I was like 20 live. It was so funny. And then I was telling Doomwake the story, and he's like, oh yeah, I lost to that guy. Yeah, that guy killed me with Charbelcher. that guy killed me with Charbelcher. That guy hit me for like 20 damage, and I think that like because that guy got so lucky against Doom, like hit so many like lands in a row, he's just like, I'm gonna belcher everybody. I'm just gonna belcher them. Okay, now we cast this. Yeah, I think this matchup not being that bad is a good argument for Ratchet Bomb instead. Oh no, I didn't leave black mana up to play around Subtlety. Oh, I didn't have a second black source, never mind. Firmly in the 4 Necromancer board? Why Necromancer over Magus? Maybe you're talking about a different deck, I guess. So there's a black source underneath this Harbinger, which means we should be able to beat another Subtlety. Okay, it looks like they're Violent Outbursting to shock me. Catches the Cascade Dex too. The thing is, like, it's not good against Rhinos. Like, Rhinos are just so good against playing such a fair game. They don't really care if you take turn 3 off to Necromancer them that much. Especially, like, if they could just get Rhinos down first. And, like, this matchup's not that bad. Could be wrong, though. Oh, no! I needed to sack one first. Well, they do have to have blue card Subtlety. Yeah, I think we beat Borrower at this point, I think. Yeah, I don't think they have it. Like we can play around Borrower since we can just like draw our deck with the Prospector and then eventually find. Oh, I guess we can't Sling-Gang, huh? But we can find a Fanatic on top. Do I still have a Fanatic in the deck? I have one Fanatic in the yard, one in the sideboard, so there should be one in the deck. But I think like my opponent hasn't conceded yet, so in order for me to play around this, I need to make like 40 goblins, which is a little bit annoying. We can find Mons. Yeah, we just need to make a ton of them so we can find that too. Oh, there's one in play. I missed that there's one in play. Okay, so there's not this. We do have to like find Mons via like Prospector, million mana, draw our deck. Why can't I Sling-Gang? I won't have black mana this turn. A bit easier in paper. Sling-Gang will eventually be on top. Well, the problem is if you sack too many Snoops, right? And it's just not on top, and we don't have 11 goblins left. I need to have enough that I can go through here. You can just do a Sling-Gang with Harbinger. I'm playing around interaction. My opponent hasn't conceded, so I'm playing around interaction by making extra goblins. Oh, this is probably enough. Oh yeah, I do need to hold priority. Almost messed that up. Why do you even need Fanatic? Sling-Gang is the same. Oh, do you mean just in general? Like, yeah, Mogg Fanatic is really important for mana curve. It works really well with Hordemaster. You're much better against Ragavan with the card in your deck. You're much better against Dwarven Mine with the card in your deck. It's like the card has been really nice for me. It can answer the Inkmoth Nexus is relevant a lot of the time. Helps your Yawgmoth matchup, which a lot of people have said is like unwinnable, and those are all the players who have cut the Mogg Fanatics from the deck. I mean, is this 11 yet? It's gotta be 11. Knowing to stack. Yeah, the deck would be easier to play at the PT. Still ahead on the clock. Play 4 match just still felt very bad. It's still not, it's not favorable, but it's like it helped. Like to say that the matchup is unwinnable with like 4 expert, 4 fanatic in the combo and fury in the sideboard is like I just need to beat a deck that doesn't really count too. Just Guy Stoneblade. Puts out a mold to 6. Creativity Heartbreaker time. Maybe I actively want to play the creativity matchup. We're 1-0 against it today, but my opponent kept like kind of a non-functional hand game 1, and I think they kept a hand game 2 that wasn't very good into my Orvar. Up against Scam. Scam's a fine matchup. They're on the mulligan, but they're on the play. But we have Vial, but our hand's not great. Yeah, kind of a weird draw. It's okay. We need Hut Junior League, yeah. Am I excited to play Food with Sam? Yeah, I'd say so. Okay, thank you, Ragavan, for getting that land off the top of my library. We love you, Ragavan. And before Fury. Fury is like just so beatable, y'all. Play creativity instead. Yeah, I mean, obviously, that's one we're considering. Do you think ticking Vial... we'll try to Vial in the Hordemaster in response to the Echo trigger to maybe get a card. And Changers can kind of deck and Goblins have field. No, just like the Solitary Confinement's so unbeatable. What do you think the best deck is? I don't know. It's tough. I'm obviously trying to figure it out. I don't know. You know, one thing is, like, there just really hasn't been a deck that I've played so far that's just been like, yes, this is it, baby. We're locked in. This deck is crushing. I can't lose. I'm playing stock Rhino. You know? There's a lot of things that I think are fine. Reasonable choices. But so far, I have not really found a deck that I'm just like, yes, this is exactly so juicy. Is Fair Breach up there? I do like Fair Breach. Shazy with the 10 months, thank you. Would you say my average draws are better in paper or Bodo? I mean, exactly the same, no difference. I think trying to like figure out if you draw better. I'm gonna say I guess I can play this if they get a swamp if they Blood Moon. Trying to figure out do I draw better on paper or Magic Online is like it's madness. It's just don't think about it. Yeah, PT is the end of July. Decklist due on the Wednesday before, so decklists are due on the 26th of July and starts the 28th. So I'm thinking that our testing team, we're gonna be done testing on that Wednesday, obviously, right? And the tournament starts on Friday, so I'm gonna try to. And I'll be taking like 5-6 days off for the testing house, but I can stream the Thursday before the Pro Tour and like talk about the deck I chose, you know, whatever deck that is at the time, right? I think that sounds kind of fun. Yeah, let's not pay. Any decks have eliminated from my list because of testing? Maybe a few. Really want to rattle them off right now. Doogie with the 37 months. Holy guacamole. Thank you, thank you. Welcome back. Did I see the 5-0 Teamer Aggros this week? Nope. This is maybe bad. I almost like never look at the deck dumps, but it's just because like if there's something interesting like Teamer Aggro, people in chat will like talk to me about it. I kind of just bank on you guys to like send me the good list from the dumps. I basically never look at them. Sometimes I'm like really bored, but I can't tell you the last time I looked at the deck dumps. Thanks to Doogie for the 37 months. Holy shit. So let's leave this on 3. Ding ding ding. Seems like a good ringleader turn. The Zoo actually feels good now. I mean, Zoo players are always kind of like overdosing on copium, to be honest, but maybe. Pash is dead. Pashalik Mons. Mons has been really good. So I need to update the Mox field too. I said I was going to do it, and then I didn't do it. It is a disturbing trend on this channel. That's a little awkward. Might try to take the Vial up to 5, and might not. We'll see. They have 2 cards in their hand, though. Yeah, I agree that this is a good matchup for Goblins, which I think it's very funny. Like how players are like, well, wait till you play against Fury. Wait till you play against Fury. Like Rhinos as a Fury deck is tough for sure, but this matchup's like really fun. Let me try to get the Moxford up to date. Ragavan is the worst card of the matchup too. I'm gonna take up. I'll take up. Could have been good to just slam Kiki instead. I want to trade the Ringleader since I want to copy it though. Okay, is this the right? Yeah, this is like the right list. No! Somebody help, please. No! Matchup terrible, actually. Oh, they're just punting? We love that. We love that they didn't target the Ringleader. Be scared of Grief and not Fury the matchup. I mean, Fury's good against you. Like I'm not saying that Fury isn't good against you, but it's kind of like their only like really good card. Besides Kolagon's command apparently. And I do think that it's probably better to make a blocker for Fury than it is to be able to play a 1-drop we find off the Ringleader, so I'm going to do this. Ding, ding, ding. Why not block Season Pyromancer shoot Ragavan? That should have. That was a mistake. Yeah. It seems like we've got a few gamers in the chat that saw the line. Did you know they had Kiki in hand when they cast Fury? No. Oh, they did know. Sorry, they did know. Yeah, I read that backwards. Casual, draw 4. Casual, draw 4. Wow. Let's go. How do you beat Fury? Like, that's the idea, at least. Don't know. Do I want Stingscourger? Not really, right? But what would I play over Stingscourger? My own, like one copy of my own Fury seems kind of okay. Just really want the first one. And they did punt though. They did punt. They knew about my Kiki-Jiki. They should have killed the Ringleader. Maybe I'll lose that game. Yeah, it's tough because like Creativity and Rhinos I think are both good against Goblins, and like those are probably going to be like two of the top decks. But this is a deck that I think is good against like a lot of the rest of the field, and is also, you know, maybe just like a good deck to play anyways. Maybe those matchups, you know, can be combated too. We'll see. Earwig Squad. I'm a big hater of Earwig Squad, to be honest. Been running 22 lands in the list, basically identical to this with 60 cards. Yeah, I'm a big hater of 22 lands. I would not play less than 23. The deck is just so... This deck is so mana hungry, and you have so many card advantage cards that you really want to be up on lands. But I know that, like, you know, you're playing 22 because you have all these extra goblins you want to fit in, which is why I kind of think you just go up to 63 cards, or 62 maybe. Pretty good. Maybe we go Harbinger for experts, as slow as that is. EN1, yeah, against Vial, right? It's probably not a great play, but Explosives is also not great against us. You know, it's okay. Just general expansion of trigger rolls. Yeah, I think there's a good chance you want to be like either 61 cards with the Stingscourger 23 lands, or 62 cards 24 lands 1 Stingscourger. But it is mostly just for tutor rolls. Could just get a Ringleader. Seemed pretty good last game, huh? Yeah, Stingscourger is the bounce echo. Yeah. And we haven't drawn Battle Cry Goblin very often. It was like okay the one game we played it. And there's also a chance that over the Battle Cry Goblin you want to play the new the new Lord of the Rings 2 double strike card. So like we would probably try that when Lotar drops. Only down to 1 Ringleader. Yeah, I mean I've been only playing 1 Ringleader since Hordemaster came out. I think with Hordemaster being in the equation, you don't really want to play more than 1 Ringleader. And like this is another good like card advantage card. Although in this matchup specifically, of course, the Ringleader is like really nice. Like you could, you know, wouldn't hate to have a second copy. We also don't really need the second copy, I think. I kind of want to discard the Battle Cry Goblin. It's either that or the Bloodstained Mire. Going with Timeless Lotus for the European qualifier. Good luck, good luck. Like the 5-0 deck, the Teamer one? Sure, I'll take a look. Battle Cry activate's so good. Yeah, maybe I'm underrating it. I'm thinking like I want to go like next turn, like Matron for Expert. And then maybe Battle Cry Activate's good to follow that up with, but like is that better than going Hordemaster Marshal? Maybe, probably not. I've tested a lot with Battle Cry Goblin and didn't like it. Yeah, I'm thinking there's a good chance that the Battle Cry Goblin is going to be 2/2 Double Strike Goblin. I also don't know that that card is going to be very good. It's going to be one I'm going to have to test, but I am kind of liking the idea though of like 61 or 62. Probably 23 lands with 61 is fine. But just like the Stingscourger as the 61st. What are they casting? Battle Cry Goblin, maybe? No love for Grish Honk. I'm almost sure that that's not a real card. Hasting the Battle Cry Goblin. Oh, wow. It is. What does that card do? Okay, so I could main phase the Munitions Expert to play around exactly Terminate, but I think it's gonna almost always be better to upkeep it to play around a Dying spell. It's like a little bit better against like a Bolt or Push too. Okay, legendary creature Goblin Soldier. When Grishonk enters the battlefield, amass 2 orcs. Oh, sorry, this is worse though because they just get to cast a Ringleader though. Yeah, I should just main phase. Until end of turn, gain control of target non-legendary creature opponent controls with power 2 or less equals to the Master Army's power. Untap the creature, gains haste till end of turn. Weird card. Sam and Frodo partner cards? I mean, those are just EDH cards, right? They had also did not play very well around Kolaghan's command, so we maybe punted this this game away. Yeah, it may not be a 5-0 10-0 because of this mistake. This is game 2 rep a game though. We still have got outs. We've got like plenty of draws that are good, I think. I want to block with the Matron because I do want to be able to draw another Expert, of course. We should have just main phased. Certainly really awkward. Oh, we also maybe just kill them too. There's a small chance we race if they have nothing, right? We go Hordemaster, War Marshal. It stinks that we don't get any of these death triggers because of the Voidwalker. But we're attacking them for 3, and then do we just have enough to race? Is my question. So they're at 11, and we have 7 plus 6, 13. Yeah. So they block one of the 3 power creatures with their Goblin though, and then they take 8. Oh, they just have a Bolt. Okay. Well, if they had the Bolt anyways, we're probably losing this game anyways. But we're gonna go to Game 3. Get to be on the play for Game 3. I click submit. Major list. You can type !deck and find the box field list. Alright, Aether Vial. I'm keeping this hand. Don't Kolaghan's command me. It's hard matchup to mulligan in. Aether Vial's obviously really valuable. We also have Ringleader, which is like kind of our best card. We have a Mogg Fanatic for Ragavan. We have an Expert for Voidwalker. We could also just, you know, do the unthinkable and like draw a land. 24 land deck. Yeah, EN1, huh? What matchup is the 3 Fury? We have 4 Furies, right? But it's mostly for Yawgmoth. Oh, we only have 3. Oh, I brought 1 in. We have 4 in. I boarded 1 in this matchup. I think Hordemaster and yeah, I'm really liking the Mox field. It's been a good partnership so far. Okay. Good draw. Another land would be so sick. Although pretty bad against another Undying spell if I get yeah, if I get another Munitions Expert, I just kind of lose to an Undying spell. So I think I'm just supposed to get a Snoop or a Hordemaster. What's better? I think Snoop is better. Why 63 cards? You can play more than 60 cards in decks like this and have lots of tutors. Hordemaster, yeah, I think it's close. I think I like the Snoop a little bit more. Double block, damage and stack Ping Grief. It's kind of a cool line. Still bad against an Undying effect, though. Okay, so we're down to 12. They've got 3 cards in their hand. Hopefully we get some goblins off this Ringleader. Literally all lands on top, I guess. Funny. Bad timing. Did I literally have... Yo, the top of my library was literally 7 lands. I mean, we'll take it, right? We'll take it. We really need the Snoop to live, I think. Mogg War Marshal was kind of a nice card to have, at least. Explosives on 2. Oh, I did Surge, that's right, yeah. Still. Castle Locked pretty good. Yeah, no attack from them kind of indicates hand strength if they just want to play a longer game. Their hand was Seasoned Pyromancer, Ragavan. We're both playing off the top. I definitely have a lot of good top decks. Why did you opt for Snoop over Killing Grief with Munitions Expert Fanatic? I must have said it like 3 or 4 times, but I was playing around with an Undying effect in their hand. I just lose if they have another Undying effect. Yeah, we'll talk about this. Don't think I could really afford to play around the Undying effect now. Maybe I should have... No, I don't want to triple block because then they just kill their Ringleader if they have removal spell. They don't have one. They have 3 cards in their hand. Hopefully they're all bad. Ragavan's about as bad as it gets. Blood Crypt pretty bad. This Castle Locked is rough though. The worst draw on the deck. I think I cast it though. Very simply, you're playing way too many big cards for like no reason. Also, never ever play a deck that's playing both Goria's Vengeance and Persist. It's so bad when you draw your Goria's Vengeance with Archon and Persist with Emrakul, and you're doing this like for literally no reason. There's just no reason to do this. I don't know. It's yeah, I don't know what we're trying to do here. Oh, come on. This is like weirdly one of the best cards for them to hit, so it's kind of sad. Would have been okay for me to hit? I don't know. I can't play offense that well right now. Guess I'm just dead. But I hate. Very simply, I hate it, and like I could like just rebuild it as a different reanimated deck, or I can tell you that this is not a good idea. I'll say that. Also, I really hate playing a deck with 4 Underworld Cookbook and 0 Asmo. This is not a good deck building decision. Okay, so back-to-back 4-1s with Goblins. Opening an Ob. Could play that in the deck.